Your AI agents are bankrupting your company, and you don't even know it. Gartner predicts AI data center energy demand will surge 160% annually by 2025. Every H100 GPU at $40K hides 3 years of cooling and power costs. Secondary bills often surpass the sticker price by year 3 of operation. Your PUE of 1.3 multiplies your kilowatt-hour bills by 30% without you noticing. Picture thousands of GPUs humming around the clock, draining megawatts every minute. That constant drain turns electricity into your silent margin killer. You budget for chips, but your true bill arrives in kilowatt hours. This single cost line skews ROI models and torpedoes runway projections. For a 1,000-unit GPU cluster, expect 500 calories to 700 cal yearly in power alone. NGO-backed green initiatives won't shield you from regional utility rate hikes. California experienced 10% electricity price jumps in 2022, a harbinger for enterprises. Ignoring these numbers means you're flying blind on 1/3 of your cost base. Your CFO isn't kidding when they ask for precise TCO on your AI fleet. If you can't answer, prepare to hemorrhage margins until someone notices. Ever watched your API budget vanish in a few disastrous hours? Misconfigured autonomous agents trapped in infinite loops are the culprits. Instances documented spending $50 to $100 per hour on GPT-4o tokens. AutoGPT-style workflows can chew through monthly budgets in under a day. This isn't niche. Startups on YC Demo Day lost thousands overnight. You launch an agent without guardrails and your credit card screams. OpenAI bill spikes 10x overnight. Data shows token overconsumption wrecks forecasts. Wrong prompt, errant loop, infinite recursion. Each API call empties pockets. Documented case, a startup spent $12 in 24 hours on GPT loop. Those dollars buy zero value. No task ever reaches resolution. You need budget throttles, fallback prompts, and loop detection code. According to the lean startup, experiments need strict stop criteria. Without cost controls, you're betting your runway on code you can't measure. This is the dark side of autonomy, invisible leakers in your ROI model. Guard your endpoints or prepare to watch your funding evaporate. Buying AI software is cheap. Integrating it is where money vanishes. IDC data shows $3.50 spent on integration for every $1 on AI software. Legacy ERP systems like SAP demand custom connectors costing $50K to $150 a piece. MuleSoft research blames 80% of digital transformation failures on integration complexity. You think cloud APIs are smooth until you wrestle with your on-prem database. Custom middleware fees become a black hole in your P&L. Professional services retainer. Plan for 20% monthly burn on support. IBM's 2024 consulting arm rakes in billions fixing agent-to-legacy gaps. A major insurer reported 6-figure bills for each agent integration to claims. Stop pretending low-code will solve deep architecture debts overnight. You need APIs, ETL pipelines, mapping frames, and armies of consultants. The integration tax is the silent killer of your AI ROI. Every point of connection is a potential 6-figure invoice. Avoid surprises. Budget 3 integration points before you write a line of code. The integration nightmare awaits if you underestimate this hidden bill. Training costs get headlines, but inference consumes 90% of your agent budget. Inference costs now represent up to 90% of total AI lifecycle costs. High-density reasoning with 128+ context windows costs $5 to $15 per task. Claude 3.5 Sonnet and Gemini 1.5 Pro workflows run 10 times pricier than chatbots. Amazon data proves 100 ms latency loss costs 1% in sales. Chain of thought agents hit 10 to 30-second delays, tanking retention by 25%. Your customer-facing assistant now repels users with every lag spike. Latency isn't just annoyance, it's revenue bleeding. For sophisticated reasoning, you trade milliseconds for millions in spend. Banks using multi-hop reasoning reported budget overruns in stress tests. Don't assume cheaper GPUs solve latency. Network hops add delays too. The more context you load, the steeper your hourly inference tab. Standard chatbots cost cents per query, agents cost dollars. Your finance team will choke on those numbers. Cut latency and cost by redesigning workflows, not by ignoring them. Securing AI agents adds a 15% to 20% premium to deployment budgets. IBM's 2024 Cost of Data Breach report underlines red team expenses in AI. Prompt injection defenses and adversarial tests aren't optional, they're mandatory. EU AI Act demands transparency on high-risk agents, costing 10% of AI budget. Legal audits, documentation, compliance teams, they all demand headcount and hours. HIPAA, FINRA, every regulation drags costs sky high. Several healthcare firms reported 500,000 compliance overruns post-deployment. Your logs, your prompts, your models, they all need legal scrutiny. Miss one clause, and you face fines or shutdowns. Security built-in costs up front, but breaches cost millions later. Morgan Stanley's AI guardrails team dwarfs its initial dev crew. Treat compliance as a feature, not an afterthought. Budget for red teaming, pen tests, and constant audit cycles. You can't scale agents if they're legal liabilities. Secure your models or prepare for headline-making disasters. NVIDIA H100 GPUs list between $25 and $40 a piece. Their cooling and power costs usually exceed the purchase price in 3 years. Managed vector DBs like Pinecone can tack on $10 monthly. Weaviate, Langsmith, Arise, observability stacks can hit 5 figures per month. Memory management isn't free, it's a recurring SaaS tax. Human-in-the-loop oversight consumes 40% of AI budgets in finance and healthcare. Manual validation to catch hallucinations demands trained experts on your bench. Regulated industries tolerate no mistakes, and validation teams cost dearly. An enterprise can spend millions annually just manually vetting responses. Your DevOps pipeline needs to integrate vector stores and observability agents. Every additional service multiplies your monthly burn rate. Forget serverless hype. Running agent workloads on Kubernetes still costs. Operational complexity is the hidden headcount killer. Allocate budget for tooling, SLAs, and support contracts up front. Your stack is only as strong as its most expensive component. Poor data quality inflates your token spend by 30%. Data debt forces agents to rerun queries, processing junk over and over. Wasted tokens are money literally burned in compute. Insurance firms project AI liability premiums rising 25% annually through 2026. Autonomous agents executing contracts expose you to novel legal risks. Underwriters now demand detailed logs and failure scenarios. Get ready for actuarial tables on hallucination incidents. And models drift. Performance decays every 3 to 6 months. Enterprises spend $100 per fine-tuning cycle to combat data drift. This cadence becomes an unending subscription to model tuning. Historical market trends show tech refresh cycles always overshoot budgets. Data debt, drift, insurance, they form a perfect cost storm. Your CFO will ask why you budgeted once and not quarterly. It's time to build a realistic operating plan for AI agents. Fail to plan and you'll pay and then some. You can't slash hidden costs overnight. Start by auditing every expense line. Tag power consumption per agent, measure PUE, and negotiate utility contracts. Implement guardrails, token caps, loop detectors, cost fallbacks in every agent. Invest in custom parsers to reduce irrelevant context. Trimming token waste. Leverage batch queries and vector pruning to optimize inference cost. Consolidate smaller models for routine tasks. Reserve big models for high-value jobs. Negotiate enterprise GPU pricing and colocation deals to lower TCO. Automate integration with event-driven architectures. Reduce manual consultancy dependencies. Embed compliance in CI/CD. Run red teams continuously, not just at launch. Schedule model refresh cycles alongside business quarters to budget tuning costs. Partner with insurers to co-develop liability frameworks for autonomous agents. Apply lean startup principles. Measure, learn, pivot on cost drivers. Your audit will reveal which agents are money sinks and which create value. Tick these boxes, or you inherit AI budget deficits for years. Will your organization survive the hidden cost storm or be swept